I think as soon as I had my FGM, I needed to pee. And I
Mm.
remember never wanting to pee ever again because that shit was fucking painful.
Oh my God.
What is supposed to be so natural has become absolutely agonizing. And then I had absolutely no trust in family members,
I mean, how could
absolutely
you?
zero trust in any of them. I could not understand what was going on. And because I was labeled from a young age as someone who was too quick, too mouthy, too fast, and I got a very bad reputation very fast. And I remember I used to think like, is it because this is why they think so bad of me that or they think I'm gonna do something in the future, or they know I'm gonna do something in the future, hence why they treat me the way that they treat me.
Right.
But because I had the experience with my sister, my cousin, it felt like, okay, this is something where we were supposed to go through. It is what it is. It was still painful. But again,
Right.
when you live in a society where everything is so normalized, believe you me, you're not going to be um as traumatized, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
You are traumatized, but you don't realize you're
How
traumatized,
fucked up it is because this
how
is what
actually
goes on.
fucked
This is
up
the
it is because
norm.
everyone around you says it's normal, is normal, is normal.
Right.
What is it? Domestic violence was normal in most of these Western countries until, it was not even, I don't know, in the 90s, these laws came about where you can't no longer hit your
Your
wife,
spouse, right.
right? So it's a cultural norm. Like when the whole entire society accepts the certain behavior, anyone that tries to oppose to it will be shunned. They will be excluded. They will not be respected. Their families will be destroyed. So they can't risk any of that. They can't risk being poor, being in
Right.
poverty, plus no one having any respect for you because you chose to do the right thing.
Mm.
So it's following the herd, essentially, copying what everyone else does, just so that your daughter could have a good marriage, so that a respectable man could choose your daughter. It all surrounds men. It pisses me off because, to be frank with you, men don't want that shit no more.
I mean,
Men don't want it. Do you know what's happening now
what's
in
happening?
Somalia? Somali men, after 98% of the fucking country was circumcised or had FGM, they are now saying we don't want a woman who's cut. Nigga, what the fuck are you fucking talking about? Well, we were cut because you fucking said that you wouldn't marry a woman who wasn't cut. And now you want to turn around after you cut all of us. And now you're saying we don't want to marry a woman who's cut because like, ew, she
Wow.
can't feel anything. Why would I want to be with someone like that? Like, are you are you tapped?
So then
Are you
what?
okay?
So now all of a sudden nobody's getting cut.
What do you mean nobody's getting caught? People are still getting caught, but
No,
these
that's what
men
I'm
don't want.
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Now all of a sudden, because you don't want it, now nobody's not supposed to get cut. Like, no.
Yeah. It's just supposed to stop,
Right. No.
but you're not doing anything about it.
Exactly. Because you should have been doing something about it when it was happening 1,000 years ago.
Yep. When it was happening to your
Wow.
sister, when it was happening to your cousins, when it was happening to, you couldn't have stopped your mother,
But
you couldn't have saved
still,
her, but still, you could have saved your younger generation. If you didn't do that, if you watched by and, was a look on, you failed in
right.
life. I'm not gonna lie, you failed.
And also to make something clear, FGM is not the same thing as male circumcision.
No,
A
it fucking is
man
not. No,
a man getting circumcised is not the same thing as FGM.
no, it's not.
No, because I
It
was doing
really,
research and I was reading that some people were comparing it, and I'm like, how is that the same
yeah.
thing?
Actually, there was quite a few men who came up to me and said, "Oh, why don't you ever talk about male circumcision?" One, because I haven't experienced it. Two, because the majority of men actually accept it. So what do you want me to do? I don't have a penis. I can fight for you if you're fighting for it. If you're fighting for
Right.
that cause, I will fight with you. I
Right.
if I had a son, right? I would not have circumcised my son until he was old enough to understand what the fuck that was. Until he understood this is the religious requirement. It is a you problem. At the end of the
Right.
day, this isn't my penis. It ain't on
I ain't
me.
got nothing to do with your
Okay.
penis.
If you wanna, it would be better. I don't know. It's according to science, especially for survivors of female genital mutilation, where we are, get frequent infections and cysts and things like that. If like I said again, don't crucify me. I'm saying this from science.
Mm-hmm.
According to science, they say that the man, if he still has his foreskin and it's not cleaned properly, and I'm sorry, the way that men use the toilets,
Well,
from
a
what
lot of
I've
these niggas
heard,
out here is
they
nasty,
ain't
so
not clean. Okay. So if you're carrying all of that bacteria, there's a high risk of HIV, and you could give me infections that are unnecessary to me because I don't need them. I already have enough,
ain't got the nerve to talk about a bitch pH balance being off.
Like, no, women don't have that. Women don't pose a risk to men.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fucking me, I don't pose a risk to you
Right.
unless I have HIV or AIDS or an actual disease.
Right.
Then I don't pose a risk to you. But without you having any of that, you could pose a risk to me.
Yeah. No,
That
dead
doesn't
ass.
feel like it's fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So, and another thing is medically as well, when it comes to male circumcision, the reason why it is mostly accepted by society is because there are actual medical reasons for it as well. So a foreskin can be smothering the man's dick, for
Mm-hmm.
example, causing nerve damage or his senses to, be decreased, or cause I don't know, his feeling to be affected or whatever. It can affect him, so he would need the surgery. But there is no such reason for a woman
Yeah.
to have this fucking procedure done. Do you know what? If you want to compare it to a man, compare it to a man whose dick has been cut off. Like that, I can accept,
Right.
But anything,
But being
any other
circumcised,
than
that's not
that,
the same thing.
it's not the same thing. Don't compare it. Don't bring that shit around me. If you are against it and you're advocating against children having it, I will support you. But don't come
Right.
to my page and tell me as a survivor that, oh, you should be doing this. I should not fucking be doing anything. I will
Exactly.
do what I am doing, and that is speaking for survivors of female genital mutilation.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the practice, survivors too, because we are humans. We deserve to be listened to, not as just a story of I am a human being. These things have affected the way that I have lived for the past 27 years, 25 years. We'll say 25. I can't do maths. 25,
Oh,
25 years. I'm 30 now. I had the procedure when I was 6. I'm not fucking doing maths. It's too late. Okay.
I
Um,
know.
but I know what I went through. I know what I had to live through. There's another thing. I will never take the definition of a woman from any fucking body on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because at the age of 6, I was told you're a woman when I had FGM in the most violent way possible,
Mm.
right? And then at the age of 9, when I got my period, whilst I had FGM, it had nowhere to come out from. I suffered in silence, even with my period, because I couldn't tell anyone. It
Right.
was a big secret. Again, I was told that's what it meant to be a woman. And then at the age of 17, turning 18, I was forced to get married.
Mm.
But being married was what made you a woman. And then it wasn't that. It was actually when you have a baby and you become a mother. And that's when you become like a woman. I fuck all of yous. Okay?
Right.
Like fuck all of yous. Like
Right.
as far as I am concerned, I am a woman because I suffered like one. Period.
Right.
Like I don't give a shit. I got like this whole you could call yourself whatever you want, and I am super supportive, and I love people, but the constant defining of a language from different societies, from for the Somali society, which tells you a woman is this and this and this, and then the Western one that the woman is this and this and this and this. like fuck both of you. Like
Right, right. No,
honestly, I
seriously.
don't care what you guys think anymore. I really don't care.
Right.
So you're constantly putting women in these boxes and secluding them, and not all women, but isolated. I am sorry, but it's really rare to find a woman who has not gone through any form of abuse.
Become child.
It is bring me one. Bring whether she is a celebrity, whether she is a nun, whether she is a leader of a country. I don't care what she
I
is.
believe every woman has endured some type of abuse.
There you
Facts.
go.